Welcome to episode 3C, Crisis, Change, Confusion. This episode is proudly brought to you by FASSET, Make the Future Count, and SAICA, the South African Institute of Chartered Accountants. My name is Busiso Joshua Mulimi. NgesiZulu, my name means a blessing. I am a CEO, not a Chief Executive Officer, but a catalyst empowering others. I am 5C, cool, calm, collected, content, and centered. Hey, you didn't see that one coming. 3C, crisis, change, confusion. Before I get into the message, it's winter. You winter. My goodness, we are banda. We are within winter. Siphakathi inside. Each and every single day, it's becoming more difficult to wake up. I don't know about you. I've hit the snooze button a couple of times. If your blankets could speak, what would they say? What would your blanket say? Ah man, imakancane, emanyane man uyakukaya, relaxa. 10 minutes inyana man, re tla tsoha man. But hey, you and I know that blankets do not pay bills. So what do we have to do? We have to get up, dress up, and show up. Let's get into the message for today. Crisis, change, confusion. The definition of crisis is an intense time of difficulty and danger. Crisis, an intense time of difficulty and danger. La eMzansi City, kushubile, gu bird, akukho bad, gu bird. As a country, we are in a crisis. We are going through a change, and there's a lot of confusion and chaos. Personally, you may be in a crisis. You may be going through change, where there is confusion, where there is chaos. Yes, crisis brings confusion, uncertainty, chaos, disruption, doubt, like the crisis that we find ourselves in now, COVID-19. But crisis also gives you and me an opportunity to innovate, an opportunity to change, an opportunity to get out of our comfort zone, because that is where our next level of growth lies. This crisis has forced us to think differently. Are you thinking differently? Companies are now in a position where, unfortunately, they have to let go of people. They are looking at their staff. Who is adding value? This crisis has put us in a position where people have to step up. Your work ethic has to be high. You have to add more value in order to keep your position. So, what does this crisis mean to you? Your behavior during this crisis will be dictated by your perspective. Let me repeat that. Your behavior during this crisis will be dictated by your perspective. What is perspective? Okay, a perspective is a particular attitude or a way of looking at something. A perspective is a particular attitude or a way of looking at something. It was Wayne Dwyer who said, change the way you look at things, and the things that you look at will change. Yo, go deeper, man of God. Bati, change the way that you look at things, and the things that you look at will change. There were two twins, two boys, raised up by an alcoholic father. One grew up and went on to become an alcoholic. When asked what happened, he said, I watched my father. The other boy grew up and never touched alcohol in his life. When asked what happened, he said, I grew up and I watched my father. So these are two boys same dad, same situation, seeing the same thing, but they react differently. What was the difference? It was perspective. What is your perspective about a crisis? When I changed my perspective about money, my behavior changed. Hey, yabona imali mayingena, ay, bheka beyingena iphuma, bheka bekumnandi. But in order for me to change my behavior about money, to stop being reckless about money, I needed to change the way I saw money. And so I started to see inyungu, chelete, money, as a seed. Wherever I sow, I shall reap. I started to see myself as a wise farmer. I said, I'm going to sow where there is value. I'm going to sow where there is potential for growth. I'm going to sow where the money can grow. So once I saw money as a seed, my behavior changed. My question to you today is, what is your perspective? In the crisis that you find yourself in the crisis that we find ourselves in the crisis that your business, the company that you work for, what is your perspective about the crisis? Are you complaining, criticizing, or are you creating solutions? Let me repeat that. Are you complaining and criticizing, or are you coming up with solutions? Are you saying, why me? Why is it happening to me? Why at this time? Or are you saying, okay, go on, I'm ready for this challenge? What is your perspective? Create a perspective that will work for you. Create a perspective that will get you closer to where you want to be. The challenge is on. What is your perspective? What is your perspective about the crisis that you're going through now? Take time to reflect on that question, because if you change your perspective, you'll change your behavior. If you're not happy with your results, go back to your behavior. If you're not happy with your behavior, go back to your perspective. What is your perspective? The second C is change. Yes, not changey, change. Yes, boo, I hear you, but it's so hard to change. Yes, it's hard, but it's worthwhile. As a country, we are going through a change. As businesses, we are going through a change. Even you may be going through a change, rapid change. If you don't change, you may be changed. If you don't change, you may be changed. If you don't change, you may be replaced. So what you need to do is spend time with yourself and ask yourself these three critical questions. Be honest. What is it that you need to change in order for you to get to where you need to be? Number one. Number two, why do you need to change? Your why must be bigger than you. And number three, once you change, what is going to happen? What is on the other side of change? You do not want to change because of desperate times. You want to change because you are inspired. You do not want to change because of desperate times. You want to change because you are inspired. So take time and answer those three questions. If you don't change, you'll be changed. If you don't change, you'll be replaced. So change. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. You have to change. You can't be the same person as last year. Wake up at the same time, hang around the same people, watch the same shows. Come on, my sister. Come on, boy, change, boy, change, boy, change. Isikhathi siyahamba, boy. Isikhathi siyahamba. Change. Be the change that you want to see. Let people look at you and go, wow, so shinshile. Yes, change is good. So you be the change that you want to see. The last C is confusion. Are you confused? We've all been there where we don't know what to do. We don't know where to go. Here's my advice to you. Do what is called self-FM time. What does that mean, self-FM? It means you shut out all the other FMs, the Power FM, the Metro FM, the YFM, whatever FM or radio you may be listening to, and you tune into what is called self-FM. I truly believe that many of the problems and challenges that we are going through, you have the answer inside. phakathi inside. So self-FM puts you in a position where you go deep within, look deep within, and the answers are there. You know, boy, sometimes something happens and you're like, yeah, but my inner voice said I must do that. You may be confused. Watching this right now, you're confused and you don't know what to do. I'm challenging you. Go deep within, spend time with yourself, be honest with yourself, and listen to your heart. Go deep within, spend time with yourself, be honest with yourself, and listen to your heart, for your heart never lies. And also, ask if you're confused. It's simply said, just ask. You don't ask because you're weak, you ask because you want to remain strong. I believe in you. We believe in you. The people who have invested in this project believe in you. And we truly believe that you can conquer the crisis. You can conquer the change. You can conquer the confusion. Let me repeat that. You can conquer the crisis. You can conquer the change. You can conquer the confusion. I'll see you in episode 4. But for now, go out and conquer the crisis, the change, and the confusion. You conqueror, you.